Hi everyone, today's 1st of September, here's another update for the Elite Dangerous novel and Hear the Wheel. So I've started editing this week. I've started a little bit early. I was supposed to start this coming week, but couldn't wait. Wanted to get back into it. So up to page about 20 out of 272. That takes me to the end of chapter 2, about to start chapter 3. So that's been going good. Alpha readers, most of you have come back to me, some of you are still going. That's fine, don't let me start in the editing hold you back at all. The more opinions I have, the more a whole picture I can create of where the novel is. The more opinions, the more I can sort of gauge what's important and what's not. The more people sort of think A, the more weight that's going to put to A in my mind. So if I'm thinking B, but everyone else says A, obviously A might be the way to go. But if I'm thinking B and some people are thinking B and some people are thinking A, then the more people that respond, the more I know whether A or B is the way to go. So keep them coming. Proofreading, typos, anything that you want to say about any part of the novel, keep bringing it in, even if I'm up to page 50 and then you come in and I'll come back and I'll read that page 1 to 149. Don't worry about that. Everything that I get, I'll be reading, I'll be processing, and I'll decide what to do with it. So keep bringing it in, please. I thought maybe I might share a few things that have come out of the alpha reading so far. I guess the protagonist, the main guy, Robert Gary. Everyone's pretty much loved him so far that people have told me about, and he's a bit of a complicated guy, old Robert. He's had some trauma in his life, and he's got some weaknesses. He's got some shit that really scares the crap out of him. And he's got some strengths, and when he puts his mind to it, he can really kick some ass. So he's pretty cool. But he's also a bit of a grey character, and one of the alpha readers came back and said, look, I don't really know, is he a hero, is he an anti-hero? Which is kind of the response that I was after. But there was actually just a little bit of inconsistency there. Not inconsistency, but he was sort of swinging, from anti-hero to hero, perhaps a little bit too much, a little bit more too blasé in regards to life sometimes, just because it appeared that way, because I just hadn't explained the motives enough, perhaps, in one or two instances. So what I'm trying to get across as a character was working. I just need to add a bit more detail in a couple of areas, which is fine, there's no problem. That's what alpha reading's about. But yeah, he's a grey character. I do have some fully dark, evil characters. I do have a super, dedicated to justice kind of character. But everyone else, the main bad guy, the main hero, everyone else that we meet, they're all grey. They're all the heroes in their stories. They all think that they're doing the right thing. They've got their own motives. They're all trying to do the right thing for themselves. So there's good bits and there's bad bits for each guy, and that makes it a really, really, involved story. Because you don't want good person and bad guy and they fight, and that's it. You want the good guy to fight the other good guy. You want the bad guy to fight the bad guy. You want the good guy to fight the bad guy, and then to walk away questioning each other's beliefs, the good guy's got a good point actually, or the bad guy has a point. I kind of agree with what he's doing. I just don't agree how he's doing it, or the principles behind it. So you want that confusion and all that grey, that cloudiness to really fog the crap out of everything. That sort of gives it some depth and some actual drive for the novel. So got a bit of that going on. So I've got more than one bad guy. So you've got the main bad guy, you've got some other bad guys, and inside each of those groups, shall we say, there are characters. So the general feedback I've got is, one group I need to rename, I think. And I sort of knew that from day one. It was kind of a lazy name that I just sort of tagged in there because it was just a draft. It didn't really matter. I've come up with a new name, which actually ties in quite well who they are. Actually having put some thought into it. It's a pretty good name. The other group, I need to bring them into the game maybe a little bit earlier, get them a bit more involved, because they actually are pretty important. But there's a reveal with the second group, and I want to maintain that because it's a pretty important part of the novel, but I want to sort of intersperse a bit and get them involved, other ways. Because remember, you don't just have, like I said, good guy versus bad guy. You have the real good guy, the sort of middle good guy, you've got the bad guy, the other bad guy. The bad guys can fight each other, the good guys can fight each other, the good guys can fight the bad guys. You want a whole bunch of stuff going on, you want conflicts coming from every single direction. That's what makes a great one. Something else that something mentioned was Hollywood physics. The example in particular that sort of springs to mind was someone shoots someone in the head snaps backwards, they fly into a windscreen, the windscreen smashes, and so on. That's not really going to happen in real life. Putting aside the fact that this is science fiction, is it really justified to do that? Well, screw it. I was having fun when I was writing that. I was just, the words were just flying. I was just having fun. It was a freaking adrenaline ride. It was just fun. It was a, full speed just roller coaster, and I was just going for it, and it just felt like the right thing to write at the time. More opinions come in. I'll see what I'm actually going to do about that. But, I think my novel is, it's action, it's adventure, it's fun, it's full speed, it's not designed to sort of, it's not like lame science fiction where everything has to work and it can't be faster than light travel. It's more about the experience and the journey and the fun. So at the moment it's staying in, but we'll see how we go. Might take it out. I mean, it's not really, really important, but one person might go, fuck yeah, that was cool. Another person might actually bring them out of the story and ruin it for them, and I don't want that. So that's something that, is still being worked on. There might be another couple of examples of Hollywood physics in there. In general, I think I've had that under control, but sometimes, I've got carried away in the writing. That's when those kind of things slip in. Because, I've always written the book as something that I want to read. What would I like to read? I'd like to see that happen in my novel. I don't care that it's Hollywood physics. Other people disagree. Can't please them all. Got to please myself, obviously, and try and please as many of you guys at the same time. So, watch this space. Now, names of characters. Pretty much everyone's got names now. I just got the last one in yesterday, actually. So every character has a name that I'm prepared to use, throughout the novel. I know some people that have paid for names haven't got me through the request yet, which is fine. I don't mind removing the names that I've put in there. There's some names that have come in from you guys, and those ones will stay. Some that I've put in, happy to get rid of those ones, no problem. So bring your names in, happy to sort of make the change at any time. Just going back to the male protagonist again. He's the main focus of the story, and so he's had the most attention, and he should be the most rounded, most conflicted, most realised character in the novel. But everyone else sort of needs to be complete to their own degree as well. The side characters need to have enough dimension to make them right for their minor role, while the people in the forefront need to be more rounded. And there's a few comments there. Although I mostly nailed the main protagonist, some of the other ones might need beefing up a bit, and some of the other ones might just need dropping down just a touch. They've just got too much going on. Sort of almost distracting in terms of their three-dimensionalness. You sort of expect, well, he might need a bit more going on for him, but he's actually just a minor character, so we just need to dumb him down a little bit. So these are all things that I'll be looking at over the coming months, as I've got the whole thing printed out now, and I'm just going to be going through and marking up the whole thing. I've got the red pen, I've got my highlighters. I use a sort of a system that Margie Lawson taught me. I've blogged about her before. Different colours mean different things in the novel, so you can sort of see what is happening, where it's happening, is it balanced enough, have I got too much of this going on, too much dialogue. So I'm doing all that, and it'll be a bit of a process, and it'll keep you pretty busy for a long time, but I'll just keep working away on that. Alpha-readers, keep bringing your feedback, and I'll keep taking it on board. I'm going to keep on editing, and I'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye.